Well, tell us, how are you coming off the back of a brilliant result over Manchester United? How's the week been and how's everyone feeling?
Yeah, it's been a nice week. Extra day preparation is a rarity. Gives you a little bit of time to debrief a bit more, think about bigger picture things that we're looking at consistently, I suppose, how we want to continue to improve. And I think it's easy to become a little bit more demanding on the group after a performance and a result like that. I think that was important this week, that we realised why we got the result and performance that we got on Saturday against Manchester United, and how difficult it's going to be going into the game this Sunday.
You mentioned this Sunday, but how much confidence can you take from last weekend's result?
We should take a lot. I thought we played with real courage and conviction. I said probably those two words, I think, after the game, and I certainly still feel that a few days on. And they're key components of what we'll need on Sunday against Manchester City. I thought the way the players approached the game, the club approached the game, staff just embraced the challenge, enjoyed it. I think it's a really important part of it. But again, going back to what makes us us is a really important part of the way I want us to train and play.
You mentioned the challenge that awaits. Can you just chat to us a bit about Manchester City and what you're expecting from them and how you expect them to test you?
A lot. They're obviously an outstanding team, phenomenal manager. A lot of seriously talented players that will test us in different ways. We'll have to be on it in every phase of the game. Concentration levels, how aggressive we are from a connected place as a team, I think will be key. And ultimately, we need to cause them problems, go and get away. We need to throw punches to really make it uncomfortable for them. But very understanding it's going to be a difficult game, but one I can't wait for.
Thank you.
Afternoon.
Hey.
6 Premier League games under your belt. Over your time here so far since June, what have you been happy the most about in development terms?
Just the steps we're taking, I suppose, as a club into the new chapter of the club. I suppose me in charge, and forming a team, relationships is a big word for me, because that does take a little bit of time. I think the steps that you take can't always be in the direction you want, but in terms of results and performances, because the opposition have their own game plan. But I think consistently we've worked in a good way, in a very committed way, a very humble way, and I'm confident about the direction that we're going. But obviously it's not always going to be plain sailing. I'm very understanding of that.
We know every game in the Premier League is a difficult one, no matter the opponent, but you're facing, of course, Pep Guardiola's team. Do you pay extra close attention to these sorts of matches when you're going against this type of calibre, to see where is Brentford at the moment?
I don't know about extra. Listen, everyone in the room will know Manchester City are a very good team. That you'll all know a lot of the individuals and what their strengths are. I think it's just trying to fine-tune what we do, coming up with the game plan, and ultimately that we feel will get as a result. And I'm confident we can do that. I've got ultimate confidence in the players and the way we go about things, and I'm pretty confident we will prove to be a good test for Manchester City. So I don't think the level of opposition really adds another layer of scrutiny on what we do and how we go about it. It's just the normal proceedings really for us.
And I want to talk about Thiago. He's been nominated for one of his goals against Manchester United as September Goal of the Month. He actually said after the goal, you need to fail to become great, and he's been in that situation many times and hasn't been clinical enough. 4 goals in the Premier League, only Haaland scored more. How do you feel working with him? Do you feel that his confidence has impacted his game? He's always had this, what we're seeing now?
Yeah, Thiago's been out for a long time in a very unfortunate first season at the club. I think what we're seeing, and probably you're seeing more so than us behind the scenes, is probably what he's capable of, the level he's capable of. I go back to a game he played last year against Newcastle at home, and I thought he was the basis for us getting that result that day. He wasn't available for a lot of last season, as everybody knows, but the qualities and attributes that he had were on full show that day. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do it a lot last season. I think he's just getting rhythm in his game, going back to that world, building relationships. If it's players playing passes from deep, or the attacking players that we have in the team understanding what his strengths are, his qualities are, and confidence is is never a bad thing, is it? So he started the season very well, so he's gonna be playing with confidence.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Who would like to go next? Yeah.
You've had a haircut?
Yeah. I want to ask about your home form. Obviously unbeaten so far. Against good opposition as well. Just wondering, first of all, how important is it for the G-Tech to be a fortress for you, and also what do you attribute that down to, maybe compared to your away form?
Yeah, it's key, obviously. We've produced some really good performances at home. I think the fans being really engaged in the team and the way we're trying to do things really helps the players, really helps me. Hopefully we can iron it out so it's not such a contrasting way of home and away. Not sure what it is, to be honest, in terms of the away one. I'm not making a big thing of it. It's only been a few games. I've got certain reasons. The first game of the season, I've parked that really mentally. For first 45 minutes of the season wasn't us. And since then we've been pretty good in the main, but moments have cost us in some of those games that you're alluding to. But the home form is and always has been in the game very, very important. And I do think the players feed off that, so it's really important that we create that atmosphere again on Sunday.
And then your ability to bounce back from disappointing results has been impressive. After the Forest games, obviously the Villa win, and then same for the Fulham game, the United win. I mean, how pleasing is that versus the ball? And what can you put that down to?
I suppose just character, really, of the players, of the club, the way we try and do things. I think you have to be able to just bounce back from disappointments. It's the nature of it. There's going to be ups and downs throughout the season. We never get too carried away, like we haven't this week around the result and the performance last week. It just adds a little bit more confidence naturally, because when you win games like that, it's just a nice feeling. It's what you prepare for. But equally, when we lose, or the performance isn't quite at the level, then we don't get too carried away. We try and understand why and what we can do about it, and continually just try to build what we're doing.
And then when facing a team like City, who obviously want to dominate the ball, step up the high line, do you think your players are actually quite well suited to maybe playing against that? We've seen a few times with Henderson's ability to play up the top, Thiago behind, and your pacing wingers. Do you think could be a bit of a game plan for you?
Yeah, we'll see on Sunday what way it materialises. But I know where you're coming from. I think we've got assets in the squad that can hopefully cause them problems in the way we set up. It's the nature of what we'll try to do with the ball, but equally it'll be really important what we do without the ball against some top players.
And then one more from me. Someone in their first season as a head coach, wondering what your thoughts are on being in the opposite dugout to someone like Pep, one of the greatest managers ever, and if you've maybe taken any inspiration from him over in your coaching journey so far.
Yeah, I don't know many that wouldn't have taken inspiration. He's such an innovative manager. He's probably been the best manager over the last 15 years or whatever it's been in the modern era. The way he's approached the game, the way he's changed the way the game is perceived and played at different clubs in different countries, obviously. So obviously I've gone through my coaching journey and coaching courses, etc. His name was pretty prevalent on a lot of those. So to say I have ultimate respect for him would be an understatement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tom.
Yeah, just to build on that last question, really, you've obviously come up against some well-established head coaches already this season, but definitely none more than Guardiola. Just from a personal perspective, is this a kind of occasion you relish as a chance to measure yourself against the best, or to try and shut that out and just focus on it as a game? Yeah,
probably. I haven't really focused. I'm obviously aware of who I'm going up against, but I don't really see it as me versus him. It's us as a club. It's our team. It's always about the players, isn't it? And basically what we're facilitating, because that's what it is, from the United game in preparation for the Man City game, and how we prepare the players to go into a really, really tough game against a top manager, top players that have world-class abilities within their squad. So it's how we can nullify that, how we can stop that, how we can cause them real problems. But having said that, it doesn't get lost on me the significance of being in an opposite dugout to one of the greats.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw, but Martin O'Neill had another couple of things to say again this week. At this point, with that kind of thing, do you just kind of laugh it off, or maybe even see it as a backhanded compliment?
I'm not really saying that. And that says it all.
Anything else before we go under embargo? Yes, Paul.
So your side have attempted the most long throws into the box this season. Is that something that you would have looked at going into this season, or has that come as a bit of a surprise?
No, I was a set-piece coach last year, and I was in charge of them. And we signed Michael Coyote in the January, and we already had some pretty impressive long throwers. So it's been at this club before I was a set-piece coach, and then since I've taken over, it's obviously remained, I would say, a key part of what we do and how we try to create opportunities in its simplest form, I suppose. It's just the rest have caught onto it now a little bit, haven't they?
Moving on to the weekend, many managers would have been ridiculed for their more direct style against Man City. So I was wondering, considering the depth and talent that these top clubs have, what's your take on managers being criticised like this?
I feel that's quite vague. I think a head coach has to come up with a game plan that suits his players and that can get results. Whatever ones you're speaking to or alluding to, I don't know the exact ones, but for us it will be that. I think probably with Jordan's pass last week for Thiago's goal, long ball. Is it a long ball or is it a really good pass? There's different ways of looking at things. I think ultimately you go back to how you can get results, and that's the basis for me. How we try and get a result against Manchester City on Sundays, been at the forefront of my mind since about 7:30 last Sunday morning. Thank you.